Cardi B under fire, the explosive courtroom drama that could change everything. Hold on to your seats because we're about to dive into one of the most explosive legal battles hitting Hollywood right now. This morning in Los Angeles, Grammy-winning rapper Cardi B walked into a courthouse facing serious allegations that could rock her empire to its core. We're talking about a civil assault case that's been brewing for years, and today, Cardi B herself is expected to take the stand to defend her reputation, her career, and potentially millions of dollars. This isn't just another celebrity legal drama. This is a battle that goes to the heart of privacy, fame, and what happens when two completely different versions of the same story collide in the most dramatic way possible. The story we're about to unpack takes us back to a seemingly ordinary day in 2018 at a Beverly Hills medical building. But what happened there was anything but ordinary. Cardi B, at the height of her meteoric rise to superstardom, found herself in what would become a years-long legal nightmare that's finally reaching its explosive climax. The charges she's facing aren't small potatoes either. We're talking assault, and the stakes couldn't be higher for one of hip-hop's biggest stars. But here's where this story gets absolutely wild. There are two completely different versions of what went down that day, and they're so dramatically opposed that it's like watching two different movies about the same event. On one side, we have a security guard who claims he was violently attacked by Cardi B in an unprovoked assault that left him traumatized and injured. On the other side, we have Cardi B herself, who paints a picture of a security guard who crossed every line of privacy and professionalism, essentially stalking her with a cell phone camera during one of the most vulnerable moments of her life.
The whole incident was super traumatizing for me. She did a lot that day.
Cardi B maintaining she never touched Ellis.
Suggesting that there were inconsistencies in the testimony that she gave before the jury on direct examination and in the report that she made and gave to her employers about this incident. It's these inconsistencies about whether or not the cell phone was at her face or in her hand, whether or not she was touched on the nose or scratched on the cheek. The defense is trying to argue that what she is saying is not trustworthy or true. But according to Cardi B's defense, there was no physical altercation. What was a 60 to 90 second verbal altercation with no physical violence.
Something much more dangerous.
Are you disabled? Yes or no?
At that moment, when you're pregnant, I'm very disabled. You want me to tell you the things I can't do?
Fine.
Let's Saint Art with the plaintiff's side of this explosive story. Amani Ellis, the security guard at the center of this legal storm, took the stand and delivered testimony that had the courtroom hanging on every word. According to Ellis, everything started when he recognized the superstar walking through the medical building. Picture this moment. Ellis claims he exclaimed, "That's Cardi B," upon seeing her, probably starstruck like any of us would be. But what happened next, according to his testimony, transformed a moment of celebrity recognition into what he describes as a violent and traumatizing encounter that changed his life forever. Ellis painted a picture of Cardi B as an aggressive attacker.
I said, on my face. Why are you in my face? Why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?
Tell it to her now. Go ahead.
Huh?
Say it again. Say it.
Objection, Your Honor.
You want me to say it to her
I want
face?
you to tell it to her face what you said on that day so she can hear it for herself
The objection
again.
is sustained.
Who flew into a rage without provocation. He testified that the rapper physically confronted him, and here's where the details get really specific and disturbing. Ellis claims that Cardi B's long fingernails actually cut his face during the alleged assault. Can you imagine the visual of that moment? We're talking about fingernails as weapons, leaving actual physical evidence of what Ellis describes as a terrifying encounter with one of music's biggest stars. But the physical injuries weren't even the worst part, according to Ellis. He described the entire incident as deeply traumatizing, suggesting that the emotional and psychological impact has lasted far longer than any physical wounds.
Ellis arguing during her testimony that Cardi B attacked and assaulted her during the altercation.
But wait. Before you start forming your opinions about this case, you need to hear Cardi B's side of the story, because it's a completely different movie. According to Cardi B's defense team, Ellis wasn't some innocent security guard who got attacked out of nowhere. Instead, They're painting him as the actual aggressor in this situation, someone who violated every boundary of privacy and professional conduct in pursuit of a celebrity photo or video that could make him famous or rich. Here's where this story takes a turn that makes it so much more than just another celebrity legal battle. The context surrounding this incident is absolutely crucial to understanding what really happened. Cardi B wasn't just casually strolling through a Beverly Hills medical building for fun. She was there for a doctor's appointment, and this wasn't just any ordinary medical visit. Cardi B was visibly pregnant at the time, carrying what would become her first child. And here's the kicker that makes this whole situation so much more intense. Her pregnancy wasn't public knowledge yet. Think about the implications of that for just a second. We are talking about one of the most famous women in the world, trying to keep one of the most personal and important moments of her life private, visiting a medical facility where she should have every reasonable expectation of privacy and confidentiality. According to Cardi B's version of events, Ellis saw an opportunity to potentially break one of the biggest celebrity pregnancy stories of the year and decided to start recording her with his cell phone. The defense argues that what really happened wasn't an unprovoked assault by Cardi B, but rather a desperate attempt by a pregnant woman to protect her privacy from someone who was essentially stalking her with a camera in what should have been a safe, confidential medical environment. They're painting Ellis as someone who crossed every professional and ethical line, turning a security guard position into an opportunity for unauthorized celebrity surveillance. But here's where this legal battle gets even more intense. Cardi B's defense team isn't just telling a different story, they're systematically dismantling Ellis's credibility piece by piece. Their legal strategy has been to expose what they claim are massive inconsistencies in Ellis's testimony, and let me tell you, the details they're highlighting are absolutely damaging to the plaintiff's case. The defense argues that no physical altercation actually occurred at all. According to their timeline, what really happened was a verbal exchange that lasted between 60 and 90 seconds, period. No violence, no assault, no fingernails cutting anyone's face, just a brief verbal confrontation between a pregnant celebrity trying to protect her privacy and a security guard who had crossed the line with his cell phone camera. But the defense didn't stop there. They went full attack mode on Ellis's credibility by highlighting what they claim are multiple inconsistencies between his courtroom testimony and the incident report he filed with his employer right after the alleged incident. These aren't small discrepancies either. We're talking about fundamental details that should be crystal clear in someone's memory, especially if they were truly traumatized by the experience. For example, the defense pointed out conflicting stories about where Ellis's cell phone was during the incident. In one version, he claimed the phone was at his face, presumably recording or attempting to record. In another version, he said the phone was just in his hand. That might seem like a small detail, but when you're talking about the core allegation that this whole incident started because Ellis was trying to record Cardi B, the position of that cell phone becomes absolutely crucial evidence. Even more damaging to Ellis's credibility, the defense highlighted contradictions about his alleged injuries. Remember how Ellis claimed Cardi B's fingernails cut his face? Well, the defense found inconsistencies even there. Sometimes Ellis described it as his nose being touched, other times as his cheek being scratched. These kinds of inconsistencies are exactly what defense attorneys dream of because they suggest that someone isn't telling the truth about what actually happened. The formal charges that Cardi B is facing in this civil case are no joke, and they cover basically every possible legal angle that Ellis's legal team could think of. We're talking about assault and battery, which are the obvious charges given Ellis's claims about physical violence. But they didn't stop there. Ellis is also claiming intentional infliction of emotional distress, basically arguing that even if the physical injuries were minor, the psychological impact of being allegedly attacked by a celebrity has caused lasting damage to his mental health and well-being. The negligence charge adds another layer to this legal battle, suggesting that Cardi B failed to exercise reasonable care in her interactions with Ellis, even if she didn't intend to cause harm. And perhaps most dramatically, Ellis is claiming false imprisonment, which suggests that Cardi B somehow restricted his freedom of movement during this incident, potentially blocking him from leaving the area or continuing with his security duties. It's crucial to understand that this is a civil case, not a criminal trial, which means Cardi B isn't facing jail time, but she could be on the hook for potentially massive monetary damages if the jury decides in Ellis's favor. Civil cases have a lower burden of proof than criminal cases, which means Ellis doesn't have to prove his case beyond a reasonable doubt. He just has to convince the jury that his version of events is more likely true than not true. The stakes for Cardi B couldn't be higher as she prepares to take the stand in her own defense. This testimony could make or break her case, and it's her chance to tell her side of the story directly to the jury. Will she be able to convince them that she was the victim of a privacy violation who was simply trying to protect herself and her unborn child? Or will the jury believe Ellis's version of events and hold her responsible for assault and emotional distress? The entire entertainment world is watching as this legal drama unfolds, and the outcome could set important precedents about celebrity privacy rights and the boundaries of appropriate behavior by security personnel in medical settings. Retry Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.
I personally feel like if there's no physical touch, there is no incident. There was a verbal altercation. If you think that that's an incident, a verbal altercation, then it's an incident for you. But we both have different opinions. It's a verbal altercation. She didn't hit me, I didn't hit her. There was no touch. So to me, it wasn't no incident.
Was there spitting?
Absolutely not.
Did you spit on Miss Ellis?
No.
Did you call her the N-word?
No.
What is your background? Are you Hispanic, white, something else?
My background?
Yes.
Well,
What's the objection?
Of relevance.
Assisting.
Would you consider yourself African American?
I consider myself Afro-Caribbean.
Ma'am, you need to give your attorney a second to object. What's your objection?
Relevance, yeah.
Assisting.
Have you ever used the N-word with Miss Amani Ellis?
No.
Did you try to take a swing at her?
No.
When you say there was a verbal altercation,
Yes.
do you know what the word altercation means?
Like a conflict.
Like a fight, right?
It was like a verbal fight, but it didn't get physical at all.
When I'm talking to you now, are we having a verbal altercation?
We having, we'll say, a debate.
And we're debating about whether you assaulted and battered Miss Amani Ellis, correct?
Just no, I guess so, but I didn't touch her. She didn't touch me, so.
What proof do you have that you didn't touch her?
Objection, relevance, and also
It's argumentative assisting.
Do you have any videos of the incident?
No.
Did you try to get videos of the incident?
I asked if there was videos. Like I told my lawyers to check if there was videos, but there's no cameras. I guess there was no cameras.
And when did you ask for that? What year?
I feel like when I got sued, I was like, when I got sued, I was like, oh, I know I didn't touch her. Like it's like look for them cameras because they'll tell you I ain't touch her.
When you went to the building of 8920 Wilshire Boulevard, and you saw Amani Ellis there on the 5th floor, was she wearing her uniform as a security guard?
Yes. Okay.
You remember?
Again, you might want to just take a breath so your attorney can object.
Are you aware that my office is across the street?
No.
Okay. 8920 Wilshire Boulevard. You remember that number? You agree that that's the correct number? The address.
I remember that I went there, but I don't really remember the address and stuff like that. I don't.
If I show you the building with the number on it, would that help refresh your recollection?
Sure.
I don't have to really waste time if you don't want me to. When you were sitting here throughout the trial, you saw the 22
Yes.
pages I showed, correct?
Yes.
Was that the correct building?
Yes.
Okay. And you remember entering the building, going up some stairs, taking the lobby elevator, and going to the 5th floor, correct?
Yes.
And when you exited, you saw Amani Ellis right there in front of you.
Yes. No. When I exited the elevator,
Okay?
not the building, the elevator.
Correct.
Yes.
On the 5th floor.
Mm-hmm.
And there was 3 elevators there?
I do not remember that.
At least 2? 2 different elevator bays?
I don't remember that. I just remember me getting out the elevator. She was coming in. I was coming out. I could hear her. She was talking on the phone, and she said, "Oh my God, yo, Cardi B's here." So I kind of speed walk. But I feel her behind me. Then I hear her talking like, "Oh my God, Cardi B is here." So I turn around, and she had her phone. She didn't have it here no more. Now she has it here. And I asked her, "Yo, why are you recording me?" And she clearly looked like the security. She looked like the security guard. She's uniformed down. And I'm like, "Why are you recording me? Are you security?" And she's like, "Oh, my bad." But then I'm walking, and I feel her still following me. So like as I'm walking, speed walking, trying to look for the office, I turn around again. And I'm like, "Why are you following me?" She's like, "Because I can." It's like, "No, you can't. Why are you following me for? Like, ain't you supposed to be security?" And she's like, "Because I can." It's like, "No, you can." And she's like getting closer and closer. Like now she's like in front of me where I can't even like really maneuver. And I'm like, "Ain't you supposed to be security? Like you grouped out, you recording me. Now you following me. Like back up." And she's like, "I can do what I want." It's like, "No, you can. Like you can't do what you want." And that's when we started arguing.
And what did you say?
I was like, "You can't do what you want. Like what are you talking about? Like it's like you invading my privacy." And now we're like chest to chest practically. So I keep telling her like you need to back up. And I'm thinking to myself like, this girl is big. She's big. She got big black boots on. And I'm like, now she's literally right in my face, like on my chest, and we're arguing. And I keep telling her to back up, but she's not backing up. And we arguing, cursing at each other. I did call her the B word. I did call her a bitch. My face. I did. Get the f- my face. You're in my face. You're screaming in my face. We're like literally we're literally screaming at each other. And she kept telling me like, "You're gonna leave my building." I'm like, "I'm not leaving. Like, how you harassing me? I'm not leaving. Like, how you telling me to leave? I came to see a doctor. You following me. You're recording me. I'm just trying to check my cat. You're recording me." And we're arguing. That's when the receptionist came out. She started wilding out like, "This hit me, and I'm like, I did not hit her. I'm looking at her like, "Girl, I can't even hit you if I want to. You're bigger than me and you're pregnant." And she just started wilding out like, this hit me. Then the doctor came out and he was like, "Go to my office." And after that, I just walk away. And that's just that.
Are you aware in the city of Beverly Hills, if a security guard tells you to leave the building, which they are security of, you would be required to do that? Do you agree with that?
Objection to relevance.
A security not supposed to.
You don't need to.
Did Miss Imani Ellis tell you that you're causing a disturbance in the building?
No. She was causing a disturbance. She's recording me and following me.
Well, let's talk about that. Are people allowed to record you if they want to in a public place,
Objection.
which would be the building that you were at? Yes or
Objection.
no?
Objection calls for a legal conclusion. Mischaracterizes. Sorry.
Do you know if it's okay for someone to videotape you?
Objection calls for a legal conclusion.
Sustain.
When she videotaped you, or maybe she didn't, what proof do you have that she was videotaping you?
She had her phone went from here to right here, and she said like, "Yo, Cardi B," like I seen her. I turned around and I seen it. I seen it with my own eyes.
Did you ever see the actual video recording of you on her phone? Yes or no?
No.
Could it be possible that she was recording you? She was simply holding her phone in front of you. Is that possible?
Objection.
Yes or no?
Calls for speculation.
Sustain.
What proof do you have that you were being recorded by Imani Ellis on February 24, 2018, aside from what you just told us?
Objection.
Do you have any other proof?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained.
Isn't it true that you usually wear your nails longer than what they are today?
Sometimes, most of the times, yes, and some of the times, no.
Most of the time, 90% of the time?
Lately, as in so far, I'll say about, in the past year, I'll say about 70.
70% of
Yes.
the time. And when you wear them long, would you agree that they're about 3 inches long?
No, not all the time, no.
2 inches or more?
So
It really depends.
Why don't we focus? She said in the last year. I don't know that how long she has her nails in the last year is relevant to anything.
And when you had them in 2018, you also wore them long at that time too, correct?
I wear them long, but it really depends on the inches.
How long were your nails on February 24th, 2018 when you were at the building speaking or arguing or whatever you were doing with Imani Ellis?
They were 1 inch, they were square, coffin squared, and they had flat rhinestones.
Are rhinestones sharp?
No, not if they're flat. And they were in 3D, they were flat.
With the nails you have on right now, do you think that these nails are sharper or the ones that you had on the date of the incident?
I believe that they were not sharp. That they were square, and sometimes like when it's acrylic and it's square, it's like a texture. And I always tell this to my nail tech: make sure that like you shape, like when you shape them, don't make them sharp on the side, or don't make them that sharp, because I don't want to.
You don't want to hurt anybody.
I don't want to hurt myself. I don't want to hurt nobody. I just, you know what I'm saying? I
And
want to wash
in
my
the past, when you had them sharp, you did hurt yourself, correct?
I never really hurt myself, but like just in case, I just be like, don't make them too pointy, because I just don't want them to be uncomfortable. Not pointy, but it's like a certain type of sharp that you just don't want.
And if you wanted to scratch or cut Miss Imani Ellis' face, you could have done it with both of your hands, either one or both, correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
I'm not saying you did that right now. I'm asking you a different question. Did you understand my question?
I mean, how would I fight? How would I fight somebody? I am mostly left-handed, so if I was to like do anything mostly, I'll do it mostly with the left hand. I'm really like.
You're good at fighting with your left hand, aren't you?
Objection is characterized as the testimony.
Are you good at fighting with your left hand?
Objection lacks foundation.
Sustained.
Do you have any experience fighting with any like martial arts experience or other type of experience to defend yourself should something occur in your life?
Objection relevance.
Overruled.
Not really, no.
So any type of fighting that you would be able to do, it would just be freestyle from your own knowledge of fighting, correct?
Objection argumentative.
Sustained.
If you wanted to fight with somebody, would you use your left hand, your right hand, or both?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustained. Why don't we move on? That's
When you enter a building, such as this building or any building, oftentimes you will see that there's a security guard or a police officer or a sheriff guarding the building, correct? You saw that today here in the courthouse, didn't you?
Yes.
Bless you. I guess it's not. And on the date of the incident, the security guard, police officer, or person securing that building, in your mind, when you saw Imani Ellis was in fact Imani Ellis. In your mind, when you got off the elevator, Imani Ellis was in your mind, your state of mind was that she was a security guard, correct?
Objection.
I think she's answered.
Yes. Okay.
And was there any doubt in your mind that she was a security guard?
There was no doubt in my mind that she was a security guard. She had the security guard outfit on. That's why I was so confused that she was so aggressive and she's supposed to protect me, the patient.
I understand. If Imani Ellis had in fact told you to leave the building, would you have listened because she was a security guard?
Objection. This is complete hypothetical, irrelevant, lacks foundation.
Did Miss Imani Ellis tell you to leave the building at any point during your verbal or physical altercation on February 24th, 2018?
She told me, "You gonna leave my building. You gonna leave my building."
Okay. Are you aware that Imani Ellis was hired by the owner of that building and had the right to tell you to leave?
Objection. Calls for legal conclusion. Lacks
Sustained.
When Imani Ellis told you to leave the building, did you follow her commands?
objection. Relevance. Lacks foundation.
You can answer.
No, she wasn't acting like a security guard.
But she was a security guard.
Objection. He's arguing.
The security guard
So,
tried to
we're not
attack
gonna-
patients.
We're not gonna argue. The objection is sustained. We're not going to argue with each other.
Did you believe in your mind that Imani Ellis was a police officer?
No.
If you thought she was a police officer, would you have handled the situation the same way?
Objection. Incomplete hypothetical.
Sustained. Let's just focus on what did happen.
Now, when Imani Ellis spoke with you, when you exited the elevator, she spoke with you directly outside the elevator, the area directly outside the elevators, correct?
I don't believe she got inside the elevator. I don't believe she did.
That's my question is, did whatever happened between the two of you, did it happen inside the elevator, at the point of entry, or outside the elevator?
Outside the elevator and down the hallway.
Fine. And when Miss Ellis was asked the same question, do you remember her saying that it happened outside of the elevator as well? Do you agree with her testimony?
It wasn't in front of the elevator anymore because I was walking and she was following me. So it wasn't in front of the elevator. It was outside the elevator because I already got off the elevator. I don't think she ever went inside the elevator because I felt her as soon as I'm walking. I felt her walking right behind me, and then she said something. She said, "Oh my God, Cardi B!" That's when I turned around, and she got the camera right here, like she recorded me. And I'm like, "Yo, why you recording me?" And she practically did admit that she recorded me because she said, "Oh my bad."
Okay.
So.
And when she said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B," or whatever you just said right now, when she said that, was that offensive to you?
It wasn't offensive. I just kept power walking so I could avoid more contact. But she just kept following me.
Okay. And isn't it true that sometimes when you're walking around, different people will say, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B,"
Yeah.
because they get excited.
Yeah.
And you had experienced that many times before you had that experience with Imani Ellis, correct?
Yes.
And the reason you didn't like it from her is because she was a security guard and you felt it was unprofessional for her to say that to you. Isn't that true?
When she first said it, I didn't tell her nothing. I kept walking.
Why couldn't she say it? Why?
I never said she couldn't.
Overruled.
Okay. And she said it to you.
She said it to me and I kept walking.
What if she was not a security guard and she was just a random human and said, "Oh wow, it's Cardi B"? Would you have taken offense to that?
Objection.
No,
Argumentative.
Overruled. You can answer.
I didn't even feel offended when she first said it. I felt offended when she kept following me. She recorded me, and you're supposed to be a security. You're not supposed to be recording patients going to any doctor, any.
But again,
That's what offend me. When she first said, "Oh my God, it's Cardi B," I just kept power walking. I didn't say nothing. I said something the second time she said it, and I turned around and I saw that she was recording me. And I'm like, "Yo, why are you recording me? Ain't you supposed to be security?" And she said, "Oh, my bad." Then she kept following me, and now I'm getting annoyed. Like, it's like, you're the security guard of the building.
No question pending. No question.
All right, counsel, I think that might be